Hello, I'm Dr. Nicole Calloway Rankins. I'm a board certified OBGYN with nearly 15 years experience. I'm also host of the popular podcast all about pregnancy and birth. And in today's helpful tip video, I am talking about baby-friendly hospitals and why I have a little bit of a problem with them. So, what is a baby-friendly hospital? So, baby-friendly hospital is a hospital that has applied for this special designation where they have done a certain number of steps and things in related to breastfeeding in order to get this designation of being baby friendly. And the baby friendly program actually started back in 1991. It was created by the World Health Organization and UNICEF, which is the United Nations Children's Fund. And this program was created in order to really help promote and support breastfeeding across the globe. So let me tell you what hospitals have to do in order to be considered baby friendly. They have to apply through the process and get looked at and all this good, great stuff. So let me tell you what it is. And I'm just going to be reading from my notes here because I don't know it off the top of my head. All right. So number one, they have to have a written breastfeeding policy that is routinely communicated to all the staff. All right. Number two, the staff has to be trained on how to implement the policy. Number three, all pregnant women need to be educated about the benefits of breastfeeding. Number four, hospitals have to help mothers initiate breastfeeding within that first hour after birth. That's really important. Number five, hospitals have to show mothers how to breastfeed, how to maintain lactation, even if they're separated from their babies. So that's important for moms who have NICU babies, like my first baby was a NICU baby. Number six, give babies no food, no drink other than breast milk unless it's medically indicated. Number seven, practice rooming in where moms and babies are allowed to be in the same room, in mom's room, for 24 hours a day. Number eight, encourage breastfeeding on demand. Number nine, no artificial nipples or pacifiers to babies who are breastfeeding. And then number 10, foster the establishment of breastfeeding support groups and then refer women to those groups after discharge so that they have that ongoing support. Now, outside of those 10 steps, they also have some recommendations about promoting skin-to-skin contact as soon as possible within the first hour after birth, because that will also help facilitate and improve breastfeeding rates. Now, as far as the marketing piece, so marketing formula or breast milk substitutes, here's what hospitals have to do. So no advertising of breast milk substitutes for families. You know, it used to be you would get hospital bags that have formula samples and they had the formula companies on them. So none of that anymore. No free samples or supplies of within the healthcare system. No promotion of products through the hospital. No free or low-cost formula. Number four, no contact between marketing professionals from formula companies and mothers or patients. And then number five, oops, sorry, I might have gotten that backwards. That was number four. This is number five. No gifts or samples to healthcare workers. So you can't give healthcare workers like pins and dinners and pizzas and everything in order to get them to promote formula. Number six, no words or pictures that idealize artificial feeding, including no pictures of babies being artificially fed on the labels or on the products. Number seven is only factual and scientific information about artificial feeding or or formula. And all information on artificial feeding should also include information on the benefits of breastfeeding. So they have to go together. And then, of course, don't promote any products that are unsafe. And that's more for in other parts of the world outside of the U.S. So on its face, these things for baby-friendly hospitals are great, okay? Of course, we want to be able to support moms in breastfeeding. We know that breastfeeding has a lot of benefits both for moms and babies. However, my issue with baby-friendly hospitals is that in a couple areas, the pendulum has swung a little bit too far, okay? So, number one, there are some women who, for whatever reason, choose not to breastfeed, and that is perfectly within their choice and within their right. But I found and heard through experience of other women, unfortunately not at the hospital where I work, but at other facilities and places, that women almost feel like guilt, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame is heaped upon them because they've chosen not to breastfeed, and that should never be the case. Now, of course, we should provide women with factual information about the benefits of breastfeeding, how breastfeeding is recommended over formula feeding, how it has benefits for moms, how it has benefits for babies. But once women have that information, they should be allowed to make a decision, or they should be supported, I should say, to make a decision that works best for them and their family, and there should be no guilt or no shame associated with that, because at the end of the day, of course, a fed baby is the best baby. Again, breastfeeding was great. We want women to breastfeed because it has benefits for moms and babies, but it doesn't work out for everyone, and no one should feel guilt or shame about that. And then the second area or issue that I have with baby friendly is with the rooming in piece. Now, hear me out. Of course, moms and babies should be together after a baby is born. We have a history within obstetrics of immediately cut the cord, which we shouldn't do, and we're getting away from that. So we're doing delayed cord clamping, but we have this history of separating baby from the mom, doing all these things. Baby might get whisked off to the nursery for tests and evaluation and blah, blah, blah. And we realize that that is largely unnecessary, and really where babies should be is with their mom. However, it's gotten a little bit too much in the sense that some hospitals are even closing newborn nurseries. And the reason that that is an issue is because sometimes after birth, mom is just tired. She may have had a long labor, a difficult delivery, and she may just need a break. And in some places, there's not necessarily things in place for mom to get that break. Moms are almost being forced to care for their baby and have the baby room in when they're really not in a safe position to do so, or they don't have a family member who may be right there who can care for the baby, or the family member may be tired too. Maybe the husband or partner is tired too and needs a break as well. So we're putting this baby in this environment where mom is not really up or has the energy to prepare. And it's been difficult for some places for moms to get that break that they need. And they feel like they have a hard time asking for it even. And then when you close the newborn nurseries, then you don't really have necessarily a place for baby to go. So at some hospitals, you have babies sitting with the nurses at the nurses station because they realize that mom is exhausted, and they realize that moms need a break, and they feel bad. So babies sitting at the nurses station instead of having a place where babies can go, and so moms can get some rest if need be. So of course, rooming in is great, and that should be the default. I know for my second daughter, my first baby was a NICU baby, but my second daughter was full term. She was in the room with me literally the entire time I was in the hospital, except for maybe 20 minutes, if that. So because that's where I wanted her to be, and that's where babies should be. However, if mom needs a break, then we need to be able to support her with that as well. So really my issue with baby friendly is, although I think it's great in supporting breastfeeding, I think we need to reframe it as mom friendly. Let's start from what's best for mom. Because when you look at what is best for mom, what's best for baby is a healthy mom. So we gotta start with what's best for mom. So does mom need a break? What are the things that mom needs to do for infant feeding? And when you start with looking at mom, you're gonna benefit baby. I think this kind of goes to a larger issue in our society and maybe globally, how there's a lot of emphasis on baby, 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 without taking care of the health of mom and realizing how important health of mom is for the health of babies. So we need to reframe it and although support breastfeeding, support rooming in, we need to reframe these hospitals as mom friendly or mom and baby friendly, not just baby friendly. Okay, so is the hospital where you plan to give birth baby friendly? Have you checked it out yet? Does the hospital have a newborn nursery, or do you have an experience or know somebody who had some issues with a baby-friendly hospital, or issues on the other side where they felt like the hospital was not very baby-friendly and tried to take the baby away? I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. All right, I hope you found that helpful, and have a great day. I'll see you next time.